brunch at home. The reason I love brunch is because you can just take that little special moment with your loved ones, and you guys can think about like who are your loved ones that you would just love to have a moment with. And the reason I love brunch is because we're all scattered and busy throughout the day, but brunch, you can get together for that moment in the morning over your steaming cup of coffee and just have that moment. And then what's cool about it with brunch is that you have the whole rest of the day. So that's why I love brunch. It just kind of covers all the bases. And then what's really cool is we're going to show how to make this really beautiful little spread, but that looks like you worked really hard, but we're not going to work hard at all. It's just going to be crazy easy.
It's a work play crossover.
So imagine it is brunch time. The first things first, coffee.
Yes.
So one thing that's been so cool about Pampered Chef, they've really kept up with the trends. Like, you wouldn't even believe it. If you see a trend going on Pinterest, you can link those there. If you see a trend going on, there's a good chance Pampered Chef will come out with a product to meet that demand. So one of the big trends in the last few years has been specialty coffee drinks. And I don't know if you guys are guilty like we are of spending way too much money on Starbucks coffee drinks. You can make those drinks at home. So they innovated, this is actually an award-winning single-serve coffee maker. I'm going to try to get this in the picture here. And if you guys ever can't see or hear well, make sure you unmute and let me know.
This is my best friend in the morning.
I never actually had a single-serve coffee maker before. I was like, well, I don't really see the need. But what I didn't realize is that it makes each serving in like 1 minute. So you're not, I guess that's why I was like, why would you do that over and over? You have a fresh cup of coffee steaming every time you do one. So like Michelle said, we're doing more than one, obviously. But this is a single serve. But what's so innovative about this is you can use those ready-made K-Cup pods, like any of those. You can get coffee or tea or any of the ones they make. And then you can also do your own ground coffee. So that's what makes it, the frugal in me appreciate it, because I don't always want to spend the money for the pre-made.
Well, and also, like, I drink organic coffees, so you can drink the coffees of your choice.
You have complete control.
Like
over,
going to a coffee shop or whatever, where you get whatever their house coffee is.
100% control what you're getting for your coffee. So if you're a coffee snob even, you can put your own in here. But it does the coffee, regular coffee, and then it does espresso. So you can do espresso instant pods or your own espresso, or coffee K-Cup pods. So I'm gonna make my mom a latte, and we're gonna use the espresso insert. So it comes with the espresso and the coffee insert. So this is where you can use your own ground espresso. So think about like if you really are dying for one of those specialty coffee drinks, but it's a rainy, nasty day and you don't want to leave the house. You just take your own ground espresso, and I need to grab my special coffee scooper right behind me here.
Oh, okay. Well, and I love it too, because it has the different little cartridges, and you house them over here. So you have your little storage of like these whatever
There's a secret
you're not using.
compartment for your extra.
I do love that.
Okay, so we are going to take, this is a coffee scoop that you can get, that you fill it and then you push, and then check this out, you just flip it and there's this tiny instant little funnel, and that gives you, it's measured for the perfect amount for one serving. So that's a little lifesaver in itself. So that was, here.
Yeah.
There's a little screen with espresso. So espresso is actually made under pressure. That's why it's so strong and intense. So you just delicately push that down. There's a screen, and then we put it in. And then you just get your favorite mug. And you can actually pick if you want 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 6 ounce. I'm gonna do the concentrated 2 ounce. That's
Yeah,
what I
that
like.
sounds good. I like that
So
too.
you just wait till it's flashing there. There you go.
Right
Hopefully you can see that. And then if you want, you can even hit this plus button to make it extra strong. So that's a little option I always do for coffee. And I have it on the right one, right? Yep. Okay. And you can see it's almost like instant satisfaction. So this is going to be our shot of espresso. And then...
And it comes up perfectly too with the concentration, the crema, and then the foamy layer.
Yeah, so hopefully you can see that. That's how you can tell it's a really good shot of espresso, is it has that crema on top, a little bit of foaminess. Okay, so hang tight. That's the coffee. And then with the coffee shops, you know, whoops, I didn't mean to do that. With the coffee shops, you know how they always have their steamed milk going? And I do have a little joiner here. I'm going to let her in. And I'm just going to set this aside, and then we're moving on to steamed milk.
Should I lift this over?
Do our little shuffle here. Thank
There we
you.
go.
Hi, Jamie. Hopefully you can hear me okay. You can use the chat, or you can always unmute too.
Okay, hi.
Thanks so much for coming. No, you're good.
Time.
You're here just in time for coffee. So we just made a single shot of espresso in the deluxe coffee maker, and then we're moving on. We're gonna make our own foamed milk.
Shall I grab milk?
I have it
You
right
have
here.
it? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So if you've been to a coffee shop, you've probably seen them do the milk foaming or milk steaming for cappuccinos or lattes. And Jamie, I was asking these other girls, are you a coffee drinker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Perfect. Okay.
There's no no's tonight.
Yeah. So I always like whole milk, but you can
Yeah.
use whatever milk or even alternative milks you want. This is a milk frother. If you guys haven't seen this, it's electric, and you can make your own froth milk at home. So one thing that's really important, there are some lines in here that show max fill lines, because this is going to expand. So you have to pay attention to that. And you can pick how much foam you want. So do you like yours extra foamy or
I like
less
mine the most foam.
Most foam.
Most
Okay.
foam.
So we're going to put enough milk just to the line max fill. Okay. So then we just dial this around, and there's different options you can do.
Let's put a shot of vanilla in there.
I knew you were going to say that. Guess what I have right here? She loves vanilla in her coffee.
And I love
so.
it frothed in the milk too.
Okay, so let's add the vanilla, and she goes crazy with it too.
It's kind of like a shot.
This is the,
There
oh
we
my
go.
gosh, that's okay. So obviously you can do some fun add-ins with your foam milk. So we're going to do the highest foam possible. So let's dial over to the high foam and hit start. And I'm hoping
There we
you
go.
can kind of see that, even
Yeah,
just
there
a
you go.
little. It's twirling and heating and foaming. But what's really cool, when you dial this, the different settings, you can do just steamed milk with a little foam. You can do a lot of foam, or I just started experimenting cold foam.
Oh, yeah.
My gosh, we have to do that sometime
Yeah.
too. Cold foam with heavy cream and different flavors like brown sugar syrup. Oh my gosh. So also in the meantime, would you like to add any flavoring syrups? I have gourmet brown sugar, or are you just gonna stick plain with vanilla?
I actually love the vanilla, and I might
Okay.
do a sprinkle of cinnamon on top.
We'll do that on top. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So
You've been enjoying the caramel, haven't you?
the caramel,
The, what is it? The,
different add-ins, so gourmet
Yeah.
brown sugar.
Yeah,
So Pampered
that
Chef
sounds
came
good.
out with, they have pantry products too. So different meal mixes, little shortcut seasonings, so that you don't have to measure out 12 different things. It's just an all-purpose rub, and we'll get to that in a second here. So I'm thinking this should just be like a few more seconds. You can see the foam is almost all the way on top.
And you know, one of the, it's not that I don't enjoy the flavors, but trying to step away from the sugar.
Yeah.
I do. And
Well,
that the vanilla serves that.
that's the other thing too with the
Yeah.
coffee house drinks. It's scary, the amount of
I
sugar in
know.
some of those. And I'll actually let you just pour that in. I smell the vanilla in there.
Oh my gosh, it looks so good and smells a perfect pour.
I feel like even you could even just have 2 cappuccinos by themselves. And
Yeah.
I saw Jamie had something in the chat here. She said, I love to put pistachio cream. Are you serious?
Oh.
Do you mean like the non-dairy milk or like the heavy cream? That is a good idea because I found that even if you have to go like dairy-free, sugar-free, there's still other options.
Yeah.
Okay, so now,
I might do a sprinkle.
oh, of course
again.
we can't stop there. So,
And then look at you see the pretty layers.
oh yeah, so one of the fun things we just came out with is a cinnamon brown sugar, cinnamon toast seasoning.
Ooh.
So
That's good. Oh, that's
that just
beautiful.
looks pretty.
Yeah. And I have to put it to the sample.
Cheers. So Jamie
Coffee
said,
cheers.
yeah, I'm just gonna share yours. Jamie said, I just use the pistachio butter. Oh wow, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why I love hearing from you guys because I learned so much from you guys too. Okay, so now that we have the important things out of the way, coffee, let's think ahead a little. So for a fun brunch, and it depends how many you're serving, but something that I found is really fun is to do little single serve omelets.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do, and first, why don't I have you do this in the meantime? This is our brownie pan. If you guys are familiar with Pampered Chef at all, you've probably seen this. So this is if you like the edges on your brownies, but it's not just for brownies. You can do savory things, mini pies. So one thing you want to make sure is to oil it really well. And to do that, you can take, oh, Michelle says, I use the heck out of that pan. You can just take the silicone basting brush. I love this because a lot of times if you're doing baking where you're spreading butter or oil on top, you need one, but this one you can actually get it clean. The other ones gross me out. So I love the silicone basting brush. So, and you do want to generously oil this, I realize.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually for this one, you can just do like 6 of them because I'm just doing a
Oh,
little
okay.
shortcut on this. So in the meantime, if you want to shift this over, let's talk about our fillings. Let's do this a little sideways.
Okay.
And then let's talk about our omelet fillings. So what are some of everybody's favorite omelet fillings? I'm thinking mushrooms for sure.
Onion, mushroom.
Onion. So just for a couple examples here, mushroom, I have some ham, and then,
Spinach is another really
oh yeah,
good
spinach
one.
would be really good. And then I found a little flavor shortcut, spinach bacon. Oh, spinach bacon asparagus.
Ooh,
These
that sounds
roasted
great.
red peppers are like a flavor shortcut. They give you a ton of flavor just in themselves. One thing with these is make sure and pat them really dry because these are really juicy. So I did those, and this is, I promised this would all be really quick. So I'm going to show how to get these done really quick and mixed together. So say you have like your mushrooms that you're prepping. This is called the quick slice, and this is kind of like that little egg slicer but times 4. It's more heavy duty, it's serrated, so you can take like 4 mushrooms at once or 4 strawberries at once, cucumber, bell pepper, and you just rock it down, and there you go. There's your mushrooms all ready to go. And I actually did saute my veggies a little bit because I don't know if you guys experiment with it, but the omelets just get baked quick, so they do need to be pre-cooked a little. And then another good example I like to show the quick slice, you can take like your deli ham and just
Oh, I've never done that.
plop
trick.
it on there. I could probably cut this in half, but you just go through once, and then you have your strips, and then do it crosswise. Do it again. And then check that out. You have your perfect diced little ham.
Oh.
So there's our omelet fillings. And I didn't want to make you guys like wait for all the cooking, so I did a lot of this ahead of time. And let me show you what I have going on. So the other little thing you could do, Mom, is you can break our eggs in here. And you'll need
This might
that.
fit right here.
And I'm just doing a half batch. So
How many eggs?
roughly 1 egg per square.
Oh, okay.
But I
Alright.
found you could do a little less because
Yeah.
it gets really full. So our eggs in there, we'll add a little milk to that. Whisk in eggs and milk. This is kind of like a no recipe. And then the rest of our toppings. So I actually did this ahead of time. I sauteed the asparagus. I think somebody said that. So my husband actually grew some asparagus. We have some fresh asparagus sauteed, and then the mushrooms, and then some ham, and then those red bell peppers. I feel like give so much flavor. So here's the fillings ready to go. And we're just going with like 5 eggs because we're just going to do like a half batch in here. But remind me, I have to show you my favorite little way to zip through the fillings here when we do this.
All right, here is
Okay.
the circle. And I am going to
Oh yeah.
I'm going to do
Here.
a quick rinse.
Okay.
I'm gonna rinse.
So you'll just whisk these real quick. So this guy is the stainless steel mixing bowl set. These are the best. They're like the Cadillac of mixing bowls, and they even have measure lines in here if you're doing like a big batch of something. So just get those whisked just really quick. So these are actually my dad's chicken eggs. He's been keeping me in a good supply. If you're lucky enough to have some of those handy. So that's actually all we're gonna start with is the eggs whisk. And here's what's really cool. I realized that you can just use the little pour spout right on here. There's a little pour spout. So you just go like that, about half full. And it's a lot tighter than I thought it might be. And in the meantime, you would have your oven preheating, probably the basic 350. If you guys see the new brownie pan, you might see a different color. They redesigned it a little bit. So then you just take your fillings. So this is probably my all-time favorite kitchen tool, is the stainless steel scoops. Cookie scoops is your main use, and you can do any size with those, large, small, or medium cookies. But these are perfect for like one cupcake, to fill a cupcake or muffin liner. They're perfect for like serving mashed potatoes, anything you have to portion, like meatballs. So
I love it to do the melon. And I
balls,
also
yeah.
love when you do deviled eggs, I use the very tiny one.
Oh, okay, yeah, the little
because
baby.
it's a perfect little dollop to get in there.
Okay. And this is where you can customize too. If you have picky eaters, you can leave some more plain. So then what you would do is just throw that in the oven for about 15 minutes. I discovered that it's done before you think it is because it still looked wet, but it wasn't. So just kind of keep an eye on that. So I'm going to set that aside and pretend like we set it in the oven, and I did the magic thing where we have some done already. So what you would do is flip them out of the brownie pan right away, and then add a little melted cheese on top right after you cook them, so the cheese is melted on
Oh
there.
yeah,
So
those look delicious.
yeah, so we can set this aside and just move on really quick and get something sweet done, and then we'll be ready to have our brunch together and chat. Okay, so let's think about something a little bit sweet. So I hope you guys like bagels. I was thinking a bagel theme. Let's take just a block of cream cheese. And I've had this out softening for quite a while. And that's ready to be stirred together. And then this is something, I'm thinking flavored cream cheese. So you could go in so many directions, sweet or savory. And I'm thinking of Lindsay, she loves sweet things. So we're gonna do a sweet one. And literally all we're going to do is take the manual food processor. This is just 3 pieces. That's why I love this. You don't have to worry about cords. But this is good for the same things as a food chopper, but if you want to do like salsas or dips or spreads, this is good because it's a container. So let's just take some
Or
strawberries.
even when you need just chopped parsley or chopped cilantro. That is
Something
so
that keeps
good.
it tidy. Yeah. So let's just take some strawberries and puree them with the manual. And one thing I love to use with this, if you guys have any of our spatulas, you know they're the best. So this is the mini one. This is perfect for smashing down in here. And the fresh strawberries are already making my mouth water. So pretty quickly, sorry if I'm shaking you guys. So pretty quickly you can get down to a real fine mince there. And obviously that's way quicker than if I would have tried that with my. So that's what I was looking for it to start to get just a little bit juicy. Okay, so let's take that. And Mom, do you think a little honey in there would be good?
I think that would give it a good little.
I'm just gonna stir this together. Where do you guys like to get your bagels at? I just got mine at the grocery store, but I know there's some good ones out there.
I know Companion Bakery over in Westport was always a really good, any kind of bread or, I think that would do it. It doesn't
Alright.
need a lot.
Strawberry, honey. Yeah, and we're still staying away from that nasty added sugar.
Yeah. Oh, that
Okay.
smells so good.
All right. Oh, it does smell good. A little burst of strawberry flavor. And it's pink for the girly theme. So if you want to finish that,
Yeah.
presentation is so much fun when you're doing a little brunch for somebody special. So of course we don't want to let you down. We're going to do a pretty presentation. So have you guys seen or gotten into the charcuterie board trend? So we actually have this gorgeous wood charcuterie board, and it's 2-sided. You can either use the flat side or there's 3 well sides. So you can get really creative, and this is one of those things, just having this, you can just throw some things on there and it looks gorgeous and incredible, like you worked really hard and you didn't.
And it's such a nice size. It's you know, it doesn't take up in a massive amount, and I also like the texture with the ceramic and the beautiful wood.
So it comes with the ceramic serving dish, so you can put your little dips in here. So there's 2 wells, and I'm thinking we'll do our bagel spread in one side, and then while we're getting that, I'll grab my bagels that I just toasted. And if you can see,
Shall I go ahead and put that in?
yeah, do it in 1/2, and then we're gonna
Okay.
do just some sliced strawberries on 1/2. So if you guys can see behind me, if you've seen lately, Pampered Chef has gotten into all the electrics. Like, they've kept up with all the trends. So there is a new deluxe air fryer and oven. So this is one of those things that's good for people that hate to cook, or maybe you don't even, but you just don't have time, you don't want to deal with it. It's a big capacity, but it's actually 2 different cooking vessels in one. There's the air fryer on the bottom, and then there's a toaster oven on top. So you can air fry, like, say your veggies or roast a chicken on the bottom, and then bake something on top, like your meat or your veggies, or like bake some bread on top. So also the top.
Can we see that from here?
Yeah, so my little Vanna White here is showing it. So you can open the whole thing or just either or door.
Yeah.
So you can do, okay, so this is what's really cool. It's a huge capacity, so it's good for a family. But top and bottom are two different cooking, totally different modes. So what you can do is throw in, say, your air fryer chicken strips on the bottom, and then like some broccoli to roast on top. Say there are different cook times. All you have to do is hit the sync finish button, put each item in the top and bottom, walk away, and it's so smart it knows how to get them done at the exact same time. So that's why I've been loving this machine. And also the other thing, it's so fast. Like Michelle, you were saying you do cookies. If you just have an urge for cookies, you can throw like, a smaller batch in there and they'll be done like in 7 minutes. I know cookies usually take like 13 minutes. It almost shocked me how fast they were done. You have to watch it too. But on the toaster oven, there's different preset settings. Like if you're reheating leftovers, toasting, there's even a bagel setting. So it knows to get the top toasted, but not necessarily the bottom on a bagel. So I toasted some bagels.
And it's a perfect
So
toast.
and it's totally customizable. You can choose your darkness and your amount of slices. Okay. Yeah, I can just set it
Okay.
behind me. Yeah. And then for our presentation, let's go a step further here. And so we had some strawberries that we were washing, and Mom, I'll let you do this.
Okay.
So think about if you were doing bagels with strawberry cream cheese, why not add some sliced strawberries to the top? So we have this handy little tool that actually went viral last year when it came out. This is called the quick slice. So when you need something sliced, watch how quick this is. And then just dump them out. How cool is that? So there you go, your sliced strawberries. And then you just pop out the rest. So this is good for like a little bit softer things like mushrooms, bananas, anything, cucumbers, just not the super hard stuff. Okay, so we're almost ready to present this here.
Okay.
So we have our strawberry cream cheese bagels, and then this is where you do get out your fancy little
Look, we could also do,
serving tools, just to make
we could
it.
even do,
So my mom's the garnish queen. I had some fresh mint out in the yard, and I thought I knew she'd want to garnish it with something. It's just, but seriously though, it's just one of those things. You can take 2 seconds to put a fresh mint sprig, and it just makes your friends so special when you present them with something like this. And then the other thing, Mom, show them
okay.
while I get a drink, our new tool.
Yeah, this is so cool. It's one of those things that when you're grabbing olives or pickles or just any kind of little tidbits of anything, grapes are a big one too. It's like, look at this. And I
Garnish
think,
grabber.
kids have the tendency to go grab in. And I think with this, it would be so fun for them that it would also improve their etiquette.
Coordination.
Yeah.
They'd be fighting over it.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna serve it. We have our garnish grabber handy. If you want, you could spread some on a bagel and we'll
Okay.
garnish it. So we have our latte that we did at home. And
Sorry,
then,
I may have done a little damage to the latte already.
and then our adorable little individual omelets, and then our cream cheese strawberry bagel. So then you can get together visiting with your loved ones and have your little special moment and chat. So we are done with our recipes, if you can even call them that. And then I just want to thank you guys for sticking around so much. And if you obviously know that a lot of these tools are my favorite tools, and they are available if you fall in love with anything.